This week, one of my highlights has led to my first solid goal. Welcome to episode 2, Taking the Next Step. Welcome to Repairing God's Temple. My name is Heather, and this channel is where I am sharing my journey toward better physical and mental health. I am wife to Michael, and I am a stay-at-home mom to my granddaughter, who's not feeling very well today. I have a list that I created and have kept it for several years, adding to it off and on. I call it my A to Z list because it starts at A and goes to Z, a list of reasons that I want to lose weight, things that are motivators, things that I want to be able to accomplish or do again or do for the first time. The list actually starts with a 5K. I have walked 5Ks before, but the last one was probably 5 years ago, give or take. I have been sedentary enough over the last several years that usually on a pedometer, my average day is around 2,000 steps. On a day that I've really pushed myself, maybe I'm doing a lot of cooking or I take an extra long walk, it's around 3,000 steps. With the osteoarthritis in my knees, I also have weak ankles and just the sheer weight, the pressure on my feet. If you think about over 440 pounds, step after step after step, that's really hard on my feet. So my average has been around 2,000, sometimes a spike to the 3,000 area. Well, this week, there was one day I took over 8,000 steps. I can't even tell you what a big deal that is. I was sore, but I walked 2 different times. I walked once in the morning and then I walked again in the evening. And probably in the area of 3/4 of a mile both times, give or take. So that's huge for me. And that led me to make the first item on my A to Z list, the 5K, my first solid goal. There is a specific 5K in my area. It's for the disabled American veterans, and the DAV 5K happens every November, round about Veterans Day. So that is my first solid goal. I want to be able to walk the DAV 5K easily. I don't want to just be collapsing. So I haven't figured out what that's going to look like, what my training is going to be yet, but that is my first solid goal. What I don't have yet is the reward. And this is something that's really tricky for me. So I would love to see in the comments, what goals do you have right now for your health? Whether it's a specific weight you're trying to achieve, whether it's an activity goal like a 5K, walking, running. What is your current health goal? I would also be really interested to know what kind of non-food rewards you set for yourself. That's an area that's really difficult for me because a bowl of ice cream sounds like a fantastic reward. But that's not only is that not a wise emotional reward for me, food should not be what I go to for comfort or for reward. But also, it's not significant enough for this goal. This goal is a really big deal for me. So without further ado, here's the highlight reel from the last week.
Good, Heather.
some at supper and get to cook.
Look at you.
Yay! This will be for dinner and 4 for the freezer. Yeah. So that was my week in review. I loved getting that spaghetti squash prepped. If you have any questions about that, leave a comment down below. I would be happy to do a video about the full details of how I prep my spaghetti squash and some of the other food that I prep for easy, quick meals. Also, of course, lots of walking. The sad news is that my scale did not arrive this week. It's supposed to be here now on Saturday, so next week's video should have a weigh-in update, and hopefully it will be a significant loss just because it's been so long. It was March 17th when I did my last weigh-in at 444 pounds. So I'm very hopeful that we will see a big change when the scale finally arrives. The last thing I want to mention is that this weekend is Easter. This is my very favorite holiday because it celebrates the resurrection of Jesus Christ. John 3:16 says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that anyone who believed in him would not die, but have everlasting life with him in heaven." He loved you that much, and he wants you to remember that. Have a great week.